morning, everyone. I'll call the meeting of the Board of Water Wastewater Commissioners to order on November 18th, 9 a.m., November 18th, 2025 at Chatham Road. We have Commissioner Thompson, Underwood, Goff, and myself, Noreen Donahue. Commissioner Young will be just a few minutes late, and so we have a quorum, so we will proceed. No public for public comments, so we'll go to the consent agenda for September 30th, 2025 minutes. And if there's no questions, I'll take a motion.
So moved.
And second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so 4-0. The next is an abatement. The first one is for Alexander Chase, and we have Wellesley here in the audience to help us tell a little bit about the background. Also, I'll point out to the board that there is one page missing from the abatement request. You'll see the resident wrote in on one page and then it goes to another, but Tracy checked and that was missing on the submission. You know, it's not on her narrative. It looks like there's a page missing, but there's enough of the details that we don't need that. I'm just pointing it out in case it gets confusing as you read along. So with that, actually, I'll give the board a minute to read the page if they want, the page that's there.
And can I just ask,
Absolutely.
just as a reminder, so if this was 2022, the dollar amount for the bill would have been the annual, not quarterly, or it would be half of the year? I'm trying to remember when we switched over.
Yes, we bill quarterly. We changed to quarterly back in 2018.
Okay, hold on, excuse
So,
me first. I'm
yeah.
so sorry to.
No, I'm just wondering, so
No, I know.
the $650 to $800 range is for the annual or for the quarterly?
Quarterly, she means. I have Bob, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, sorry.
Bob wants to call in. I don't know the number. Hang on, Bob.
The number is,
Here you go.
we could either call him or he could call here.
We could call you, Bob. All right, yeah,
What's his phone number?
yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to announce that or just hand her the phone.
Good thinking.
Or do I have it on here? Let me just look.
All right, I'm hanging up, Bob. I didn't even know you were there.
Oh, I don't have the number on this one. If you want to write it down on here,
All right, give me a second.
I can
Sorry,
call him.
He's lucky. The only reason I heard that call was because the calls go through my hearing aids.
They do?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
that's very cool.
Huh?
Thank you, Tracy. Sorry for the interruption.
No, not at all.
And the peanut gallery.
You can blame it on the batteries if you don't answer your phone.
They're rechargeable nowadays. All right.
Hello?
Hello, Bob? Bob, can you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Bob, we got you. So,
Okay.
you're part of the
Okay.
meeting, and we're at the point where we've just started discussing the abatement for Alexander's Chase. We have Wellesley in the room, and she's going to give us some background. And also,
Okay.
right this minute, the commission is refreshing their, the info in the packet to do with the abatement request, so. And
Okay, I have the
Judith,
agenda in front of me.
I'm sorry?
I have the agenda in front of me.
Good. Judith was asking a question.
So my
Back to
question
you.
was, these dollar amounts are for like the total annual?
No, quarterly.
Co- We bill quarterly. The amounts that were referenced in the abatement, I'm not sure where those calculations are coming from.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so you'll address all that then? I mean,
Yeah, they
okay.
may have been, I guess, a calculation for the off-peak billing periods, but I can't be sure about that.
Okay.
The consumption history for that property is right in your packet. It says consumption history on it with all of the dates in which we bill and all of the amounts in gallonage.
Okay, hit it,
I'm not
Leslie.
sure if you needed a few more moments to like look at everything.
We'll listen to your description.
So, this property got connected to the sewer system in September of 2022. And they have an irrigation system. And as you can see from the usage history, the property did have quite a regular consumption history of a substantial amount for the summer period, which is essentially the end of June to the end of September. So with the connection to the sewer system and the irrigation system, the owner did inquire about the option of deduct meter. However, it was not taken advantage of at that time. And then a couple more bill periods for that summertime usage went, through, and when the costs started really amounting to quite a bit more being connected to the sewer system, the owner did opt for the deduct meter to put for the irrigation system to help alleviate the cost going forward. With that in mind, that change will obviously be a difference from what the owner is accustomed to paying from history. So with that in mind, this particular billing period was substantially higher, 407,000 gallons. The owner did call into the office, and at that time, our protocol is that we always go through leak detection, tips with the owner, and ask questions about how the property is used, if they've had any plumbing work, leaks, if their irrigation system is regularly pressure tested at the beginning of the season to make sure it's tight. So just sort of bullet items for leak detection. It was mentioned on one of the calls that there was an outdoor shower leak this summer. We don't know the extent of that leak. We did data log the deduct meter to see if the leak may have, or I'm not calling this leak, it was an event of some sort. We can't be sure of what caused this consumption. But we did data log the meter, and it did show 70,000 gallons for the season, with an average of around 1,900 gallons every other day. So it did not indicate if there was any leak for the irrigation deduct meter. So because we didn't have a deduct meter on the domestic side, which would have given us a greater picture of what actually, where that water went, we only go by what we know. It is substantially higher. We don't know what event caused it. We would be curious to know when the irrigation system was shut off now. We can actually kind of take that out of the picture now as what may have caused this usage. But knowing that there was a shower leak, we don't know for how long. The velocity of it, it was indicated that it may have been found right away, but without that E-code data, we have no way of knowing for sure the dates of that. We did remove the meter, the domestic meter, at the end of December, or excuse me, at the end of October for testing. We send it out to an independent tester. We do not have those results back yet. It usually takes a few weeks. So when those results do come back, we will share that with the board and the owner. And until we get that, we don't know, the register at this time. So what the owner has asked for on the abatement is a consideration for a typical water bill. So what is available to you as the board is 3.8 of our rules and regulations for claims on the bills and for adjustments. And we do have the disaster rate in place for anything over the average 3 cycles. So in this case, depending on what the board chooses to do, if the disaster rate is implemented, we would take the average 3 summer cycles of 2, 3, and 4, find that average, bill that out, and then take whatever the difference is and put that under the tier 1 to find the total. But this particular account also has a deduct meter and is connected to source, so we'll have to do calculations on that rate to find the total.
Any comments from the board?
Did Jason have any comments on this?
We had talked about this. This person is widowed. She's lives alone. She did tell me that there was a leak on. Well, she didn't tell me there was a leak. There was an event there. She doesn't know. She had the plumber come in. Again, Wellesley explained it very well. And I just talked to her, and we had the meter sent out to be tested. We're waiting for that, but that was it.
Is it a large property with a lot of irrigation?
Define large.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, could I ask a question? So, I kind of got the impression that it's not a result of irrigation that this leak happened. She did have irrigation, but that's going over to the, into the deduct meter, and, that doesn't seem to have any anomalies. So, personally, I'm leaning towards using our disaster relief allowance, our disaster rate from our regs, which does not, cannot apply to irrigation. But, being, she's always paid her bills and done everything properly, what the disaster rate would do would be to charge for all of the water, but at tier 1 rather than at the higher tiers.
And can I just ask a question?
Absolutely.
So the deduct valve, so be able to tell how much water was going into the irrigation system? Is that the idea?
So we have a deduct meter on eCoder meter, that stores 96 days of data. But we did not have one on the domestic side. We just had the regular meter. But since we've now taken that meter out for testing, we now have an eCoder on the domestic side as well. So in the future, if there is ever some kind of an event, we'll be able to extract data from the domestic side as well. But for the deduct meter, when we data logged it, it did not indicate any leaks.
So it indicates that it's
It was
inside
just
the
usage.
house. Yeah, yeah. So I'd make a motion to bring that extra piece once you figure out what that average is at the tier 1.
Could I ask,
Yeah.
this is our first sewer case for an
Okay.
abatement, and it's going to involve multiple computations. So what I would suggest, and then people can do that, or we can come back, but I would suggest that we vote to initiate the disaster rate on this, and then have Wellesley work with the customer to get down to the proper amount. I looked at it with Wellesley, and in general, that would like bring down her bill, I'm doing real ballparks now,
Yeah.
but about from 4,000 to 1,000. Of the 4,000, half of that is on sewer, which it shouldn't be anyway. That should just be a small amount, which she'll erase. And the other half would be the difference in the tier rate. So personally, in this case, I would be comfortable in allowing Wellesley to use that rate and to work with the customer and do it today.
And what we can do is, if the board chooses to implement that, after everything's calculated out, then we can go ahead and also offer the payment plan once again.
Right.
She was not comfortable taking the plan before this vote, and that's what we suggested as well. So we can work with that as well, if that's something that she'd like.
So I move to
Okay.
have Wellesley do the prep on that, and then we'll revisit it?
I don't think,
Or
well.
we don't even have to vote
yeah,
on it?
We don't really have to revisit it.
No, I mean, don't we have to vote on a,
I think we have to vote to do the disaster rate,
Right. Correct.
to implement the disaster rate on this abatement. That would be the motion.
That's right.
okay, then I'll second that, Bob.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Just a question, is this a cautionary tale for all of our new sewer hookups, or is this something that's out of the ordinary, do you think? I mean, is this something that, in other words, are you guys gonna have to go through every account and double check that this kind of thing didn't happen with others? This is just an oddball account, I mean,
Yeah, this is a leak that transpired.
okay. Just asking, clarification.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What do you
Aye.
think, Alan?
What?
All in favor to vote this?
You know, this all troubles me very
Okay.
much. You know, we see these,
I think we lost.
Yeah. one after another, and we write it off. I mean, how do we get people to be more responsible?
Yes, I got dropped.
Sorry about
Well, I mean, naturally, you're right, but I do, my comfort is that we've gotten back to using, like, for instance, our disaster rate. You know, for a while, we were saying like 50-50 or something else, and I do take comfort in the fact that, which, I mean, we were doing, it was within ballpark, almost the same thing, but we're using the same standard now, at least. But you're right, I mean, it is cautionary, but we're treating everybody equally, so
Yeah.
that's something to be said.
Yeah, well,
Um,
that's true.
And I do agree,
Yeah.
we have to be awfully careful with these, but at least by doing it this way, we're getting the value of the treated water. I mean,
You
you know.
know, it's like your thumb in your nose, so what, let it leak, you know, type of attitude, you know, when you know you're gonna have a bill. But I just, we've had a few of them, and, yeah. Well,
well, I will say this, the sewer portion would have to be corrected regardless. Yeah, because the sewer portion is an error. I mean,
Okay.
error might not be the right word, if you know what I mean, but since sewer is based on consumption, but yet that consumption didn't go into the sewer, you know, that's a different thing.
yeah,
So, did they confirm that where the water loss was?
It was not on the irrigation.
Okay.
It is not on the irrigation.
I I don't think we know enough yet until that meter's back, and
Oh, okay.
the disaster designation allows the investigation of that and the lowering of the bill,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, 99.9%
99.9%
of the time, the meter is actually slower. And it doesn't record
Okay.
the proper amount. It's very, very extremely rare that the meter speeds up. It always slows down.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if people don't feel comfortable now, we can wait till more information is in and bring it back
Yeah,
another
I
month.
would rather do that.
Okay, all right. Bob, would you remove your motion?
Yes, although, doesn't it, by doing this designation, give her more investigative powers, and
Well, I'll read it
is
to
that
you.
bill still,
I'll read
well,
it.
is the bill gonna just still be accruing on that bigger, higher tier? So that when we come back, it'll even be higher?
Wellesley?
Hi, Bob, this is Wellesley. No,
I would,
hi. It has already been billed, and it will not be subjected to late fees until this case is decided. So it will remain as is, intact. Our next billing period is at the end of December.
okay. And you guys would like to just continue this? You're comfortable with that?
I would like to see us find out, try to put together just what went wrong.
Yeah.
Is there dripping, to just let it drip all month, or just what went wrong here?
And also to have the next page of this.
So if you read
Okay.
this, if you read the reason for abatement, she had the plumber come in and look through everything. I guess what she said was there was a leak on the outdoor shower. We did the investigation of the irrigation, there was nothing going through the irrigation. The only thing that we're really waiting on is the water meter itself from the test.
But
Sure.
doesn't it say here that there was no leak? I mean, didn't the plumber found, where,
So the plumber may have went in the house and looked for a leak in the house, but it was actually could have been on the shower outdoor.
I missed it.
And they missed it, but we did do our due diligence and we looked at the meter on the irrigation, and that was not leaking.
Wellesley?
Thank you. I believe the outdoor shower was earlier in the season, and she only contacted the plumber after she got the bill. So the outdoor shower would have been an event before the plumber went in for leak detection. And from what she mentioned, the plumber did not find anything else inside the plumbing.
I'd like to, just because, to have it fresh in our minds, it's only 2 sentences, if I could read our disaster relief regulation. It's 3.8 in our water regs. It's claims for adjustments on bills. All claims for adjustments of water bills shall be made within 30 days of the billing due date. Abatements will be made for clerical errors, misreads, or failure of department equipment. Abatements will not be issued for water leaks or high consumption unless otherwise determined by the Board of Water Wastewater Commissioners. When determining abatements for domestic water leaks, excluding irrigation leaks, usage from 3 similar usage quarters can be averaged, and any usage above may be considered for adjustment at the first tier rate as a one-time disaster forgiveness occurrence. So that's our tool. I'm not saying we do that right now, I'm just,
and, yeah, I would just
So
like,
the motion, if that makes you guys feel more comfortable, but I think we're gonna end up doing the disaster rate anyway.
yes, but just future precedent, I would love to see the second page of this. Because it sounds like it's, from what I'm reading on this page, she didn't even have her irrigation system on this summer. Just to understand when the leak
I don't get those, so.
might have.
Tracy?
That would have to be on full bore, that shower for that amount of water.
Yeah, I mean, that's serious.
Yeah.
407,000 gallons.
Judith?
I think it would be helpful for her to, what,
Yeah, no, I don't get those, so I'm just saying,
Oh.
Tracy, could you?
Yeah,
Could
she
you-
handed that in person, so we could tell her to redo it and
Yeah.
complete her story.
maybe she's got a copy at home.
Yeah, I don't know, I
Yeah.
can contact her and tell her that that's what you would like.
I would appreciate that, just because
Yeah.
it sounds like there's more that we should see before we
Yeah,
move on this.
I'm not ready.
Okay, Bob,
That's,
Yeah, I withdraw the motion.
Judith? You withdraw your second?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we will wait for the meter to come back, get the information from that. Hopefully get that second page, or Tracy, when you talk to the resident, say that it's under consideration, but we are waiting for the results of our meter check, and we expressed an interest in seeing her complete abatement form, and we'll bring it back at next meeting, next month. Okay?
got it.
All right,
Great.
and we don't need to vote, that's a consensus as far as I'm concerned. And there it goes. Okay? All right. Next one. So, we have an abatement for Schooner Drive. Abatement request, I should say. This one, I mean, I'm just seeing this as you guys do. They, looks like all they wrote on the form was irrigation leak. Requesting an amount of $975 for what they call an irrigation leak.
Is this again an outdoor shower leak?
Irrigation is what they say, not an outdoor shower.
Oh, that's outside of, okay, that's Alexander Chase.
What'd you say?
Okay.
What'd you-
Well,
And as far as, just in the notes here, on the meter things, that's not to do with us, correct? This is
What's that?
on the page that's got all the notes with the different dates.
Mailing
None of that
address?
has to do, in other words, this is the irrigation system itself that leaked. It's got nothing to do with any of our piping or meters.
I mean, the resident says it's an irrigation leak.
So then I would move to reject, to
Second.
deny, yeah.
All right. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. So we deny that abatement 5-0. Thank you, Wellesley.
You're welcome.
Could
Thanks,
you
Wellesley.
could you tell Sandy that we're ready for financials?
I will, all right.
Thank you.
Good morning,
Hi, Sandy.
how's everyone?
Good, how you doing? Good. I like, see, everybody got the memo today. Nice.
Yeah.
Bright
Except
colors.
for Alan.
Another staff photo.
No, we're like in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
we're the
brownish
muted,
ones?
yes, the brownish
Yeah.
ones, the earth tones.
It's like ombre going this way.
I don't care about the color as long as it's warm.
Okay, so first we have the water liens. We ask that the board approve the amount not to exceed. So we're not increasing this list, but the total is likely to go down in the next few days as people pay. So we're asking the board to vote on the FY 2026 lien list not to exceed $34,150.27.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, I'll just preface by saying this is our first look at the water and then the wastewater budget. So, you know, we certainly wouldn't be voting today or anything like that. There's still more information to come in on our indirect expenses and, you know, certain pieces of information we get from the town. So this is our, you know, first discussion of the budget.
So this is a preview.
That's right, that's right, it's first peek. I'll also say, though, that administration's moving unbelievably fast this year, which is wonderful. So we probably will be wrapping up some of these things earlier than we usually do in the spring. But from there, okay, let Sandy take it.
Okay. So I'll give you an overview of the water budget first. We prepared the budget, Jason and I worked together, and we prepared it in alignment with the select board's agenda, which is not to exceed 2%, but not even really to increase if you don't have to. So aside from the utilities, which we use the consumer price index percentage to estimate the utility increases, and contractual increases, we didn't increase any of our line items, and we stayed with the FY '26 budget, and we moved most of the line items forward to FY '27. There will be more changes coming. Like Noreen said, this is the first look. We are waiting for the indirect costs from the finance director. We're waiting on, I have a message into the treasurer for a better look at the FY '27 debt and what we can expect for estimated payments. I have our debt schedules for all the existing, but we have some, you know, a lot of movement coming up and what's going to be expected for us to budget in FY '27. So we're still waiting on that information. Revenues, we have a rate study that is pending. So the rates will be looked at and presented to the board. That will, you know, impact our budget as well if we are going to most likely have a rate increase. Aside from water rates and services, all of the revenue was projected using a 3-year average of prior years. And that's been a standing practice that we've used in-house. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a summary of the water budget at this time. It's all been entered into Munis as required. We followed the select board budget message, and pretty much we are in compliance with that message, with the exception, the expenditures have gone up 3.33%, and that's due to the utilities. So that's unavoidable.
We're definitely going to need a rate increase. We're getting hit by the debt. But in my mind, it would be nice if hopefully if we can get Dan, if we can get Dan in here, hopefully by January, to have the whole picture. Then when we have, it'd be nice to have that, you know, before we even consider this and, you know, see if a big increase in due is July or whether we can spread it over a couple of, you know, see all the options. So that's why we're kind of a little bit in limbo right now, but we're aiming for getting it all tied together in January. Judith?
Can I ask a question? And I don't know, like, if this would be agenda for future discussion, but a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, we discussed the percentage that the department gets from the solar array, like the dollars back, right? And I'm wondering if it's worthwhile at some point putting together a proposal to the select board that given the amount of new infrastructure that water department's going to require with the pipes in the ground and the aging infrastructure and the aging commissioners, kidding, if the department could receive a higher percentage of that solar money that's on the town landfill, because at the end of the day, it's going back into everybody's homes.
I will say, having run that program in other towns, the solar rebate program, a few years ago, they made an adjustment to our favor. The town did, an enormous adjustment.
To the department's favor.
To the department's favor, right. Remember when it used to be much left, we were as off-takers without getting too deep in the thing, and now we're as direct recipients. So we could look into it, but
Why not?
it's almost better to not say anything. We could lose, you know. Yeah, it was because of the changes in all the financial directors, you know, nobody
Yeah.
knew what the one before was doing. Right now, we're doing very well. As a matter of fact, if we look at our, is it separated here under revenue?
Well,
Yep.
just when you said utilities, that's
Yeah,
what,
no.
that's what, like, flagged that in my head, or can we get freer electricity? I don't know.
I think it's a valid, input. Back during the Chris Clark administration, the board did have a memo agreement with the town regarding the solar revenue, and the percentage, we were taking a lower percentage
Right.
of the revenues, and through the finance director changes, we've been receiving a full portion, our full portion. So we
Right.
moved from, I think, receiving 40% to, it appears like 100%.
Right.
Oh, we are
Yeah,
that
so,
high, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't, you know.
Yes.
It just happened. I mean, they
It's
did
sort
it.
of-
We didn't
yeah,
ask for anything.
We haven't brought it up, but when the board agreed to only take 40%, that was sort of a temporary or a period of time measure. But it appears that we're getting
Yeah,
100% of
I
our
know,
share.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you can
100 is
see the
100.
line item, as Noreen
Right.
was moving to.
Yeah.
You can see the amount has gone up from, let's see, solar revenue.
Well, it doesn't show back the previous years.
Oh,
If it
okay.
were to show you 22 and 23, they'd be
Yes.
around 200,000.
Yep.
So it's really it's been a blessing, really
Yes.
skyrocketed, so, to answer that. Any other questions from the board? At this point, this will be back.
Right.
Okay. Next, wastewater budget.
The wastewater budget. So similarly for the wastewater budget, the utility line items were increased following the recommended CPI index. starting with revenues, basically, we've moved forward the FY '25 actual revenues collected to set our projection for FY '27. Until we start to build a stronger database and reliable revenue, we're still adding on sewer customers. And other than user fees for the wastewater budget, we did get an investment revenue of $7,000 in FY '25, but we haven't projected any revenue for investment.
I don't think we're gonna get any.
I don't either.
But you know, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's because every year the financial directors have been changing. They all use, it's been awful. They all use
Yeah.
different methods.
Yep.
But remember last year, they stripped our retained earnings. So I think that 7,000 came from the retained earnings from
I
the year
believe you're
before.
right.
So,
Yeah.
we'll see what this finance
Yep,
director does to us. And hopefully, if it would ever just stay the same method for 2 or 3 years,
Yeah, that would
we
be
could
great.
catch our breath.
Yes, yes.
Oh, well.
Moving on to salary and wages, salary and wages actually decreased, and that was due to the HEA admin reclasses and the way our previous memorandum of agreement was formulated. It was $6,000 on top of 10% of our salary coming from the wastewater budget. Now, everything's been worked into an hourly rate, and we're 10% of those salaries are coming from wastewater and 90% from water. Yes.
Yay, that's great.
Isn't part of it also that Jason came in at a lower level than Dan?
Yes,
Yeah.
that also is a contributing factor. Over time, we used FY '25's actuals, longevity is contractual. Other items to note within expenses is that we previously have been recording the Chatham IMA agreement and all of those charges within our professional services line item. We're moving that out so we can look at just the IMA in its own line item, because that also is an expense that we can't control. We are waiting for their FY '27 budget projections because it relates to our line item, because there's chargebacks for electric, gas. There's a whole category of like 10 to 12 items that we get charged for. Sludge disposal, testing. So we rely on their budget to formulate our Chatham IMA line item. So we're still waiting on data to firm up those numbers. Let's see.
Any,
Go ahead.
oh, no, I thought you were done.
Yeah,
I was gonna
no.
say any questions from the board, but go ahead.
Just a couple other things. We also added a new line item for public works supplies, because we don't have a catch-all for tools and things that the assistant wastewater superintendent needs. So we put 10,000 into that category. We also added vehicle and equipment maintenance because, he has a vehicle, there's equipment now. So when those need maintenance, we want to charge the wastewater enterprise fund. So we're still building the wastewater enterprise fund budget. And lastly is the indirects. We are waiting for the indirects from the finance director.
Can I ask you, Sandy? The vehicle, so it's owned by the water department?
At this time, yes.
Okay.
Yes, the vehicle that he's using is a water department vehicle, and we have it in the budget. We will be purchasing a truck for the assistant wastewater superintendent.
But we already voted that at town
Yes,
meeting.
yes,
Yeah.
we haven't bought it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right.
we haven't received it yet.
We haven't received it yet.
Yes,
We
yes, but
purchased
we've
it,
already, yes,
But we haven't received it yet, it's being
Yeah.
built
yeah.
Okay.
on the
kinda
assembly
cool.
line.
Yeah, it is, building a department.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions from the board? this will come back, obviously.
Yeah.
Just a peek.
Okay.
All right, with that, we'll move on to the capital plan. Now, I'll just say before, actually Jason can take over this. This does say draft, but we're, as a department, we're in a position to vote this. It's been under discussion by us previously. We've since been to the Capital Outlay Committee. Judith was one of the attendees at that meeting, and it was a very interesting meeting. All went well. And we don't anticipate any changes to the capital plan because, of course, our biggest thing is rebuilding Route 28, which doesn't even show on here anymore, so we certainly wouldn't be adding any more to the plan. We're kind of as full as we can get at this point. So if anybody has any questions of Jason on this plan.
Can I just ask one question? So the idea of building a new building to house the cars and for additional services that we need, is that whole discussion then put off for like 3 years, do you think? Like, how long is the 28?
This is FY 2030, but I think that has to be an ongoing discussion as I get more information from the DEP, whether they want, we're basically the only water department, I think, on Cape Cod that actually has storage of vehicles in their zone 1.
And that's been bothering me.
And we're grandfathered in. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate with DEP to see what they want. He did have a sentence in there saying that he did not want the DEP did not want any wastewater vehicles, wastewater equipment stored on Zone 1 water property.
So that new vehicle, when it arrives, will be stored up at there?
No, it can come in and out here, but what he's saying is, because John drives it, but they don't want wastewater equipment being stored here on Zone 1, because it's wastewater.
Oh, in the biologics, yeah.
Within the Zone 1.
Okay.
So a lot of all the equipment right now that we have, extra pumps, different things like that, are stored at all of the pumping stations. So we're keeping that equipment stored there, but we are growing, and we're going to have to come up with some sort of a plan. So I think this discussion should not wait. I think it should be carried out through years, and to see what the department wants to go in, the direction that they want to head.
Yeah, and I agree, and I don't know if we need to support you and to find some funding, or maybe this could be under Dan's purview of a consulting planning, so that doesn't take away from doesn't add on to what you're already doing. But I would like to see that move sooner rather than later. I think just given the number of droughts that have happened over the last few years, the proximity to our wells, it's a problem. We have an opportunity here, possibly, but I think it needs to move. I don't think we should be waiting until the state does the work on Route 28, because that's an unknown of when that is going to finish, I guess, right?
Yeah, but we need to get an answer from DEP on where they would like wastewater and water, and they do not want it in Zone 1.
So they don't, so in other words, the idea of creating a building here that's encapsulated for...
So if we created a building here, I do not think that DEP wants any wastewater equipment stored here.
And so it's
So that
preferable
defeats,
that.
it defeats the purpose.
Okay, that's a good answer right there. We want those vehicles and equipment all in the same
Well,
location.
Yeah, we are that department, so I think we would want that, but that would be up to the board to
Okay.
decide. And I'm still going back and forth with DEP, and we're trying to set up a meeting right now with them
Okay.
to get some answers from them on what they would recommend.
Okay. If I can make any introductions there, I'd be happy to, if that will help.
Yeah, we're in contact with the people right now that we
Good.
need to, and,
Okay.
So what that turns out to be, if we had to have a vacuum pumper, it could not be, we'd have to store it over in North Harwich at Howard, Robert Howard Company.
we'd have to store it like somewhere, DPW somewhere.
Actually, Alan, at the Capital Outlay Committee meeting, one of the members had a suggestion. DPW right now is looking into building a new storage building of some sort. They need more room.
Yeah.
And the member mentioned that, not saying we
Yeah.
do it, but that Jason might even talk to Link and see if there's any.
Oh, so up on Queen Anne.
I guess so, I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah.
And also, just to let you know, that was mentioned again at the Finance Committee last week, so whatever comes of it, I'd appreciate it if you at least make the contact so we can say we followed up on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the only other one is at the Route 39 tank. We do have quite a bit of land that is there. So if
Am I
we
not-
wanted to put some sort of a building there behind the tank or something
So
like that.
we're not drawing anything there either, are we?
No,
No.
no, we're not. So we do have quite a bit of
Mm.
land that's back there that
Yeah.
would be a spot.
Yeah.
I do believe Dan was looking into that, and I've been in
Yeah,
contact
yeah.
with Dan a little bit to say,
Yeah.
and that was one of the spots that
Yeah.
we have access through to the tank, and it would be, we have enough land back there.
Yeah, it's centrally located too.
Yeah, good
I
point.
did go over and tour the Brewster facility,
Oh,
the water department over there.
Oh, okay.
And they have a really nice building, meeting room, offices, and a garage that houses all of their vehicles in back, and it was very nice.
But is that a pumping station also?
No,
No,
it's just
just
their
devoted-
offices, yep,
Yeah, oh,
offices and facilities.
interesting, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know over the years, it's come up a couple times, as to, we pump here and we have everything here,
Mhm.
So fortunately, everything's been good,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd just love to see that facility, wherever it's gonna be, in place as we ramp up the sewer system. I think that's gonna take a lot of pressure off of you guys.
I think that this, whatever building it is gonna be some planning and some talking about
Yeah.
on where it needs to be, whether it's a coordination with DPW, whether it's at the 39 tank, whether just, there's a lot of moving parts, and I'm trying to get some answers from DEP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, they're,
Yeah, DEP is actually pretty good.
they are good.
It's just
They are
getting all
good.
the players in the
Yes,
room,
yes,
especially around the holidays.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bob?
Yeah, I'm here.
If anybody wants to take a tour of Brewster over there, you can, I can set that up, to take a look around, to see the building, to see
I'd like to do
what
that.
a newer facility looks like. And,
Yeah,
it's a
December
really- it's a
or
really
January,
nice-
I'd
Hey,
love
there's
to do
nothing
that.
wrong with this place.
no?
I know.
Jason, I was just curious,
Maybe we could
DEP
move
is
the building.
okay then with the water equipment here, water trucks and equipment? We're still grandfathered and allowed to
Yep.
keep that here? Okay, just the wastewater.
It's
Is the-
wastewater, and
Yep.
it's where we can put the building on the site here. So,
Hmm.
I got yeah, I have to have a discussion with them.
I mean, but you're not processing wastewater here,
No,
you know, strictly office but maintenance.
yeah,
Mm,
they're, it's only because it's in a zone 1.
yeah.
It's only because
Which
it's
makes
right
sense.
next to the wells.
Of
That's
course.
why.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to move it anyway, you have to put a building up. Didn't they want you to move?
I talked to him about a building out back that was 200 feet away from our wells. And then he was saying, why don't you just put them right where they exist right now?
Hmm,
So it was, I have to get a solid answer from them
yeah,
as to where and how they want it. And then I circled all of like, this garage right here, 20 feet away from it is a well.
And,
Yeah, it's,
yeah.
and there's no possibility of rebuilding those buildings, let's say, that are, and I don't know the correct term, but I know at marinas when they need to wash boats, right? They have a catch basin. So that kind of thing for the wastewater equipment? No.
They won't.
Okay.
Again, I have to get some really, I have to nail them down on some answers to come back to a report.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Or maybe we could, you know, Cape Cod, we move buildings all the time. Maybe we could move this building up to 39. I love this building.
We'll keep Alan in it.
We'll keep Alan in it, yeah.
Move it with Alan inside. Then he can't
Oh,
retire.
it's historic, right? I mean, how old is this building? It's historic,
With an
yeah.
antique.
Yeah,
It's a great, it has a lot of character.
yeah.
Yeah, we love this
We
building.
can put a porch with a rocking chair and put you out there to greet everybody.
I'll
right?
mention that also Sandy has put in updated fleet schedule in a little different form, be right behind your thing.
I like that with the colors.
Yeah.
See, the only antique I see on the list is that homemade.
Yeah.
Never heard of that brand.
Yep.
No, we had one in Eastham too, homemade.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like everybody's got it, although
Yep.
they certainly last
Yeah,
forever.
they do.
You look kind of homemade.
The bottom section are trailers.
It's a trailer.
Yeah.
It's homemade.
Called
Yeah.
homemade?
Yeah,
Are
that
they-
happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's the only one that really throws it is the no request. I don't know what, not worth much either.
Oh, yeah. In 2030, right, 2030. 2031, we don't have any capital requests for vehicle and equipment. At this time.
Yeah. Any other questions on the capital plan? No? So actually, I mean, this board would be ready to take a vote on this, and for this, it can always be changed, but we've been through all the steps. Do I have a motion to approve the FY 27 to 31 Water Department capital plan?
So moved.
Second?
Can't afford it anymore.
No, we can't. All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so five, Bob? Bob, are you there? Okay. I'm gonna make that 4-0 because
Yeah,
we're not sure about Bob, so. So the next item, but it's better to vote than people would think we missed it, is our wastewater department capital plan, which has a value of 0, which is fine, that's what we think we need. So if anybody has any questions on that, please feel free.
So, so it's 0 just because everything is still coming through the water?
No, it's 0 because we bought We
Everything we
bought
need.
our pump supply thing 2 years ago. Last year, we bought our vehicle. We only have 400 residents, so we're just growing and we don't foresee any need.
It's just astounding that you can have a zero forecast budget for 5 years, but this can be changed,
Of
correct,
course.
Madam Chair?
Absolutely. This can be changed up until town meeting, and the other years can be changed every year. So if we see a need, we'll add it.
And traditionally, other new wastewater departments don't put a, I don't know, 50K holding for unknown
I
expenses.
have no knowledge of that, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, a capital item is an item, it's not usually a holding amount.
Okay. Ah, so you wouldn't put a,
Right.
okay.
Years ago, people did that all the time, but then that got,
I guess my only concern is that the town voters understand that.
Right.
So that they don't come back and say, hey, you had zero planning and, you know, what?
well, we went
that's-
through the committee, you were there, the capital outlay committee, and they were okay. I mean, this
Yeah.
is what it is.
Okay.
Do we have a motion to approve the wastewater capital plan,
So,
27 to
Second.
31? All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Are you there, Bob? No, okay, 4-0. So, next on the agenda is for Jason to start a discussion of a new topic, a new old topic, which is discussion of tap fees.
And Madam Chair, can I just,
Yeah,
because I'm going to be screwing out, I just want to say, you won't see me in person Thursday evening.
oh, okay.
I'll be out of state, but I'll either be on the telephone or on the Zoom,
Well, we will
whichever
hear
which
you.
works.
Yeah.
So,
And I, just so, because you have to leave, I included that material just so you'd have it for Thursday, rather than sending the charter commission what was sent off from our last discussion.
I just didn't want you to think I was ducking out. That's
No
all.
way!
For family
No
work, I
way.
have to be away,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So, tap fees.
Yes, so next fiscal year, we're trying to do a study on our, what's called a system development fee.
You know what, I'm gonna interrupt you if I could for 1 second, because Judith's leaving. I'm sorry, I said we wouldn't do this, change the agenda, but,
You need
One-
me for something?
well, one thing I wanted to mention, I was gonna say it in the commissioner's report, is this is when we normally talk about our gifts to the staff for Christmas. So, because our next meeting probably won't be till the middle of December or whatever. So I didn't know if the board wanted to do what we did last year. Last year, we increased the gift cards we gave out from $10 to $15. And, you want me to call you back when we get to tap fees?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I didn't know it was part of the tap fees discussion.
Well, no, I
I'll
didn't
say.
know if you were
Yeah.
interested
Oh,
in
I'm
it,
interested, yeah.
So at any rate, I didn't know what your druthers were for Christmas season this year, from the board to the staff.
I think we at least keep it to what it was, yeah,
Makes sense,
absolutely.
but I won't. Yeah, okay.
And could we just look at a calendar too for next?
There's a lot, we're gonna have to do that by email to you.
Okay,
Because there's
that's
many
fine.
different factors, we're gonna discuss everybody's availability
Yep.
and contracts and
Oh, and
stuff.
Bob's not here
Yeah,
either.
we'll write to
Okay.
you, yeah. So,
I'm gonna
all right,
screw it
I
up.
just wanted kind of a consensus on the Christmas thing. I'll write to Bob and, tell him what we discussed, so that would be $15 gift
Are you
cards.
hearing that?
You okay, Ellen?
what's that?
We're gonna all chip in $15 for.
No, that would be the gift card amount.
The gift card amount
Our
for
amount.
all of the staff.
Our amount would be 48, like it was
Our amount
last
will be
year.
$48 each
48.
to give all the staff, just a little
If
Christmas,
that's what you
holiday
wanna
gift
do.
card.
If that's what you want to do, that's what we did last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you agree with that, Ellen?
yeah, I suppose.
Okay, we went up from 10 to 15 last year, it's a lot, you know. Okay, so we'll write about the meetings and
Awesome.
stuff like that.
All right. Thank you. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. I won't see you in
Thank you,
person, but I'll
Right.
see you guys
Thank you.
online
You as well.
Thursday night.
Safe in your
Okay.
travels.
Thank you. Don't eat too much next
Yeah.
week, everybody. Gobble, gobble. All right. See ya.
If you want to stay for 5 minutes of tap fees, you're welcome, and then just slide out the door, it's up to you.
I'm gonna go do my face before I get introduced at that MIT thing online.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Is that okay?
All right, yes.
I will tell them I'm coming directly from my water wastewater commissioners meeting though. All right.
Floated right in.
What?
Floated right in.
That's right.
Okay, sorry for the interruption, Jason.
No, that's okay. Hopefully in the next fiscal year, we can do a study on the tap fees, the system development fees. So when anybody does taps into our water, it is a system development fee is a fee that we charge for future expansion and upgrades to our water system. And that will be a study from an outside contractor. And it's according with our water system, how many tanks we have, how many pumping stations we have, the cost of the system, what our future needs will be. And it is put into a study, and according to AWWA standards, will basically put a tapping fee onto that. So it would be like a 1-inch tap for a house. It would be a cul-de-sac, new expansion of somebody putting water main in. So if they're putting an 8-inch water main, there would be a cost for an 8-inch water main. If it was a 6-inch, there would be a 6-inch cost, and it would give it per size of pipe that will be going in the ground. So that's what the
So,
tap fees or system development fees are. Ours are very low right now. Extremely,
tell
extremely
tell
low.
us how
Yeah,
bad it
real
is.
low.
Tell us how bad.
Well, for an 8-inch tap, I do believe it's $4,000. Correct me if I think that was an 8-inch tap, it was $4,000 for somebody to hook onto it. I will really have to see what the going rate is around here. I know off Cape, they vary from $60,000 to $130,000. And we're 4,000.
That's a serious buy-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
And I've talked to a few other departments on Cape here to see, and I'm trying to gather some information on different fees that they are charging.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me, you have any info on like, you know, how long a study like this takes, or how much it costs, or anything like that?
The last study that I did, I do believe it was $20,000, and it was about 8 weeks.
Okay. So would we have enough in whatever water engineering services or whatever to afford that? So
Yes.
would that be started next year?
Yeah, I'm looking at next year, yes.
Okay. I mean,
Unless we have money in the budget this year, and Sandy and I will just keep an eye on everything.
I do a half and half,
And yes,
you know.
yes, and to have that done. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, $20,000 for this study, but we could make that back in the first tap.
Well, I mean, it's not a subject that I'm terribly familiar with, but I'd love to learn about it and see the data and, you know, and if we're that far out of whack, it certainly seems like it's our duty to look into it. So I'd say, you
Yeah.
know, we don't need a vote, go ahead and take it further and come back to us when you get some more information.
Mhm.
I can do that.
Okay, sounds good. All right,
But before you run away from that,
yeah,
so generally speaking, the water department does their own taps for a fee to the homeowner.
Mhm.
I know when I was at ours, we did them all the time, Cape Wide, you know. I can't remember whether we did Harwich or not, but maybe new construction, but generally speaking, I mean, that was serious business,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, and we still charge for doing the taps, and the system development fee is added into that tap.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what that study will show us.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
so it's better once I see some data, but are there two fees, like a tap fee and then a system development fee? Oh, I thought they were one and the same.
So their tap fee will be, what Steve will go out and give them a price to go out and do the tap, and then the system development fee is what it costs just for tapping that water main.
So there's,
It's no maintenance for putting the valve in.
all
I
right,
mean, no money for that.
so you would charge me $1 for the tap fee and then $2 for the system development fee?
Yes, because you'd still, the system, take it like this, if you had to hire a contractor
Right,
to put that
Yep.
water service in,
Yep.
okay? That's one fee, and then just getting the water out of that water main, that's another fee. That would be your system development fee, and that would be for
Right. So
future improvements.
one would be $1 and one would be 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, well, you know what, it can be very costly,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey.
I've seen a few over the years.
Yeah.
On the other hand, with all the building and developing going on in town, we might as well be looking at the current picture.
Well, the thing of it is, why should they get a free ride? We
Right.
paid,
Yeah,
you know?
right. We can use it with all the building, replacing those old pipes you keep telling us about in the
No.
ground and everything, and
Yeah.
we're gonna
More-
need it.
More come,
Yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And that's what it's for. The
Yeah.
system development fee is to put back into the system, to paint
Right.
the tank, to water main improvement projects,
And that's what we're
to
gonna need.
new water sources.
well, when you think about it, some of those early mains were put in for 5 houses, now there's 50 on that
Right.
line,
Yeah,
you know, a free ride,
Right.
yeah.
yeah.
You've seen it built out.
I sure have, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
I
So
can-
next, any information you might have, all business on Route 28 project?
We'll start with Route 28, Phase 1. That would be the west portion of Mass DOT's project. CC Construction was awarded the bid. There is no start date yet. For the water portion of it, will be, I'm working on a owner representative service contract with Waterworks Consulting to inspect the water main that will be installed on the Mass DOT project of it. And as of right now, there is no breakdown of the bid on how much water portion is going to cost. So I'm waiting to get that.
Is there a breakdown of order of installation? Is it sewer first, water first, sidewalks first? The reason I asked, that would be my most important question, is because, and I doubt it, but if we're first, then we have to get information out there.
Absolutely.
You know, if we're
Absolutely.
third, then we can ride on their coattails, because people, I don't think people, well, they will care, because it will impact them, but, you know, whether or not there's a sewer pipe going in or a water pipe,
Yes.
you know, so,
Yes. So
thank you.
there's no start date, no.
No water yet, no price yet,
Right.
and we have an open bid. That makes a lot of sense. That's that bid being run by the Department of Transportation. Link was at last night's select board meeting, and I forget what project it is, but he's been really, really held up again by the Department of Transportation, and there's just not a thing he can do about it. Oh God, I can't believe I forgot which project it was. Sorry, but he went over and over that it's a tough situation for him. He's been delayed for a long time like us, so that's the way it is.
Yes, Route 28, the east portion of it, from the Heron River to the, to South Street, from the Heron River Bridge to South Street. We just gave some comments back on the directional drill. We're waiting for that, and hopefully that will be the end of our comments. I don't want to jinx this, though. And that is our Route 28.
We'll hope for the
This
best.
is almost getting to be like private pumps.
Don't say that word,
Don't jinx us.
please.
Bid of Route 28.
Okay, next is superintendent's report.
Yeah, update on the new pump station number 15. I'm gonna call it 15 now instead of 10. There's no news on that. That is one of the capital upgrades that, capital requests that we'll be putting in through this year to keep carrying that through next year, next fiscal year and the year after. Work on the hydraulic model, that we've been submitting information to them. They are working on that for the system. I'm hoping within the next few months we'll be doing a few things, and they'll have some information for us. The Oak Street tank painting is on schedule to be completed on December 5th. So that is really good. They are, then we'll fill the tank and we'll test it. So you're gonna say most likely 2 weeks after that, so it will be, we'll be opening that up middle of December.
I was just gonna ask anybody if they've looked up. I finally looked up. It looks really good. It look, I mean, maybe it's my imagination, but it looks shinier to me, and I managed to get a look at it without causing a car accident, so that was good. So, great job.
That's this week.
They're looking at getting the whole exterior of the tank finished this week,
Wow.
so that will be good. Then
So
it's just-
should we paint Merry Christmas on it now or something?
Put some lights on it.
Wow.
So that'll be good when
Right,
that's.
that was a
when that's-
great firm. It looks like that project went great,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
Nice,
so-
nice to see one go so well.
yes. Pump station 3 back here is the new pump was installed, that is back online. We have to test that. So do a bacteria test and we'll send it. Once that is, we can put it to the system. We're in good shape right now with water. We have a Verizon lease agreement, and I got a call from somebody that wants to renegotiate that and lower the lease agreement, but we can't do that because it's an RFP with the state of Massachusetts, so, yeah. Then the other thing is, I was contacted by a cell provider. They would like to, and I guess this has been addressed here before, but it was before me. They want to put an antenna on this site here. And I don't know much information about it. I was gonna contact Dan and see what he knew about it. But that would be a lease agreement for a antenna on this site.
What do those make about every year, a few $100,000?
Can.
Yeah, can. And this particular antenna, from what I understand, he said, would not just be one carrier, but could be a few carriers. And I do believe it would be like the one that is at the fire station, you know, that big flagpole. So that's what it would be. So I can get some more information and talk with Dan about that and bring it to the board to discuss.
Where do they wanna put it? Here?
Yeah, they want to put it here, maybe out back somewhere.
So it'd be the same height as the other one,
Yeah.
probably. So you can see it from Thompson's. You can see them both now.
So it would,
You must walk your dog here, huh?
I do.
See?
another revenue stream, but he's been in contact with me. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Barnstable County Water Works Association, the annual Christmas party, it's already Christmas, I'm talking about
I know.
Christmas. But that is on December 18th, and usually the board gives a vote to have the staff attend it.
Remind me what we do. Do we give the whole day off, a half day off so they can close?
Half a day.
Yeah.
It usually starts at like 11:30 and goes to like 3. So the board in the past has given us the afternoon.
So I will make a motion that on December 18th, the board authorizes the staff to have the afternoon, the half day off to attend the regional water Christmas party.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
And under sewer, we will be ordering grinder pumps. And that's all I'm gonna say, okay?
It's shitty enough.
What are you gonna do, store them at
So-
my house at this point?
So that is my report.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, commissioners report. Alan?
Huh? Everything's flowing.
Okay, John?
I'm all set.
My only item had been the Christmas gift discussion, which we had. So I have nothing further on that. I will say that in your correspondence package, you'll find the materials that were sent, not for today's discussion, but for Thursday night. It's the material that was sent to the Charter Commission at the back of your packet. So if you are attending, or we certainly hope everybody can attend Thursday night, you could bring that along. What people might be coming Thursday night, that'll be 6:30. Jason, I believe, is gonna join us. Alan, are you attending?
What is it?
Okay, on Thursday night, we were invited by the Charter Commission for a joint hearing on charter issues that we discussed over a few months, that's at 6:30 in the small hearing room at the town hall. And the information that this board discussed and ideas is in your packet right now. I'll show you where, if you bring
Yeah.
that with you. I'll have a couple extra copies, but it's all in there and they have it and that's it.
Just- yeah.
So if you can make it, great. That would be, and you're coming, John? Okay, and Judith said she'd be there by phone. So, we'll see what happens. So that's that thing, so.
This is on the sewer regs?
No, that's why I'm wondering why you have that there. I think maybe he's got two packets.
I think that was left there from the
Right,
last meeting.
yeah, that's the problem.
Alan, the
Here, let me
sewer
get it.
regs, yeah.
Yeah, that's the old stuff. Yeah, no wonder you've been struggling. Yeah. I'll bring a couple extra copies anyway. But I don't
I
have
have it right
the,
here. There you go.
looks so much
Put
thicker.
this on it so it doesn't come apart.
Okay.
What's on the back of that? Is that? Yeah,
Well,
no.
pumping reports are following, but all the charter information is in there.
Yeah, but, so you don't need the pumping, yeah. This is what went to the, this is what went to the, oh, I see, you gave him the whole packet, I see.
Well, correspondence.
Yeah, all right. This is Thursday nights, I don't know. That's what was sent off to them.
Huh?
At any rate, so that's Thursday night at 6:30. So our only other business is to figure our next meeting. But we have a couple of things to arrange. We're hoping, by we, I mean Jason and I have talked, and we're hoping that at the next meeting, we could have 4 contracts to do with Route 28 all at once. That would be 2 new contracts from Waterworks, which is Dan Pelletier. He's gonna work out with our approval to be the oversight for us of the Route 28 project, both sides, which we always said if we can find help, that would be wonderful, because it's such a huge job. To go along with those, GHD, our engineer, is gonna be removing, you know, they had a small portion assigned to oversight, and that's gonna be removed from their contract and the costs, and of course, we're replacing that with Dan on our own. Same thing on the east side, the big portion, same thing, there'll be an amendment to their contract. So in a perfect world, Jason, I would love to have it that all 4 land on the same day. We discuss the whole project and sign everything, and that way have everything signed so that when we come back after New Year's, then we'll be able to start to discuss Route 28, timing, planning, info meetings and stuff like that. So with that said, Jason is away on the 9th. And it seems like the 2nd, I mean, that's only 2 weeks away plus Thanksgiving. Jason wouldn't have all those contracts ready by then. So,
I don't see why not.
I know, isn't it terrible, Helen? Why can, you know, maybe the 2 of you could work over Thanksgiving on it, you know?
Not a bad thing.
All right.
I am,
So, you know, one time would have been the 16th, which is a Tuesday morning, but there's a few people who have training that day. So I wondered if people had any availability on the 19th of that week. That's a Friday. And then, to tell you the truth, I don't think we meet again then till after New Year's. Which means we get a little breather, which we never took a breather in the summer. I think some of us could use a little breather. So what do you got for the 19th, kid?
I'm all set.
You could do that, 9 o'clock, no
Yep.
problem. How about you, Alan?
19th of what month?
I'm sorry, December, Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's open?
yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm
So-
open.
I will send out, or actually, would you mind doing it, Tracy?
No.
Thank you. Send out first to Bob and Judith, and see if they can confirm, and it's almost too much to move. If they can't make it here, maybe they could call in. You know, because to get all of those other pieces in one spot. Otherwise, we go into the week with Christmas in it, and I think that's crazy. I don't wanna.
So, I had written down the 16th of December water meeting.
Well, that would have been a normal meeting, but Jason's got a training that day,
Oh,
so that's why I'm suggesting the 19th instead.
okay, well, good to hear.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep them out.
yeah, no, that would have been the normal progression, but he just mentioned to me this morning, he's got a training, which he could move, but hey, if he can get the, I didn't realize how much training these people have to go to. It takes up an awful lot of time to keep up with their stuff. So if we can do the 19th instead and get all that done, then we'll come back after New Year's on
Yeah.
the 6th.
Yeah,
But you're right, that would have been the day, so.
yeah.
All right, so we'll wait to hear from Bob and Judith, but I mean, unless something huge happens, we'd go with that. That would be the end of that. All right, so that is just tentative. December 19th at 9 a.m. And we'll bring back that abatement that day as well. So that was all I have. Anybody have anything further? No? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And I'm an aye, so we are adjourned.